Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Steven. This is Nathan, and we got another trailer reaction. The official trailer of the film The Substance, starring Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid. The first one that we reacted to was the teaser trailer, and now we got the official trailer for this film. It's a body horror film. Played at Cannes Film Festival, won Best Screenplay at the Cannes Film Festival. So it's supposed to be coming out in September. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's look at it. You ready,
All right,
Nate?
count it down.
All right. Okay. And three, two, one, and go.
People always ask for something new. It's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops.
Hey, scenes like that always gross me out.
Yeah.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger, more beautiful, more perfect. One single
Music today for
injection
this is good.
unlocks your
Mhm.
DNA and will release another version of yourself. This is the substance.
Sue, 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 Sue.
Is that girl Annie McDowell's daughter?
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was trying to figure out why I
The
recognized.
perfect balance of
She's on that
7
Netflix
days
show.
each. The one
Mhm.
and only thing not to forget. You are one. You can't escape from yourself.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
Curious now.
Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You have to
Mm.
They're gonna love that.
All right. That was The Substance. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I definitely is a lot better than the teaser trailer because it actually kind of gives you a lot
Mhm.
more, but it doesn't give everything away. It still leaves a lot of questions, but it draws you in more. Thought that was a really well done trailer. You kind of
Mhm.
understand the somewhat of what this is, but you don't get all the answers. Obviously, I have
Mhm.
questions of how it works. Obviously, from watching
Yeah.
that, I also like that. So you said it was a body horror, which again, I'm not a fan of like that kind of stuff per se, but it does
Yeah.
intrigue you because it shows you just enough to let you know it's going to be disturbed, but it doesn't go overboard. So it almost makes you, at least for me, I'm like, okay, the story, I'm curious to know they're one, but they're not. But it seems like they're also kind of two different minds at the same time. So that kind of
Mhm.
stuff is intriguing me, and it's making me not think about the shit that I'm not gonna want to see, which is like the body horror stuff. But I know it's there just because of some of the few scenes that they kind of flash to really
Yeah.
quick. So I think that's a very well made trailer. I think it just the teaser trailer was very good, very attention grabbing. I think this one just builds upon that.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't reveal too much. It doesn't give away too much, but still gives you more. So both of these trailers are, they did exactly what they should do is, get you interested, but without showing everything, But yeah, no, I think this looks great. I'm really hyped for this. I'm gonna watch it if it comes out here where I'm at, and on the 20th, I will definitely be there to go watch it. I really like Dennis Quaid in the. He seems like he's going to be an interesting character in the film. I'm curious how much he's in the movie. Like I said, Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore look great. Like it's curious to see. I'm just more fascinated on how exactly it works, the substance, and like you said, they have two minds, but they're the same person. Like, is it like Margaret Qualley trying to her younger self trying to break out of Demi Moore's body, or what exactly is trying to go? You see at one point like
It,
three eyes appear in the eye. Um, uh, so it looks very trippy. The shots look very cool. It looks like it's gonna. I saw glimpses. They didn't show any too much of the grotesque stuff. There was one shot that I saw that looked kind of gnarly. It was really quick flash. It was in red, but it looked like someone's face was getting obliterated. It was super fast, but to
it
me,
definitely gives
it
me
looks cool.
it gives me a Dr. Jekyll and
Mr.
Mrs.
Hyde, yeah,
Hyde or
yeah, yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Hyde.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's funny? I always call it Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde because I don't know if you ever saw the movie. God, who's the actor? The first time I ever heard of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was when the movie called Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde with the guy who used to come out on that TV show Wings.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't
yeah, yeah.
remember. And he was the guy, and then he would turn into a girl. And so it was Dr. Jekyll
Oh
and
yeah,
Mrs.
yeah,
Hyde. So for me,
yeah.
in
I
my
don't think I ever
mind,
saw that,
just because
but I
that
know
was
what you're
my first,
talking
and I
about.
saw it as a kid, and that was my
Yeah.
first encounter with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Well, it was Mrs. Hyde. So to me, it's always been in my mind Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde instead of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has that vibe potentially,
Hmm.
and almost again, I don't want to say it's a modern retelling, but it has that type of
Definitely to
storyline, I guess.
definitely it's. I mean, it might not be exactly, but it definitely has the idea of like the other part of you competing, to be the one true self, So they're definitely going to have that battle between Margaret Qualley's character and Demi Moore. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. And I also, like I said, I'm into that stuff. I know you're not into the grotesque or things that are necessarily shock value, but to me, those things always pique my interest. So I'm very curious to see
Well,
how far it pushes the envelope and if
I
we're going
was
to see
gonna
anything that I've
say,
never seen before.
I'm curious as to how much there is going to be because yeah, Demi Moore's not in a bunch of stuff now. Dennis Quaid is in a bunch of stuff now, but they're still pretty well-known actors.
Hmm.
And then Andy McDowell's daughter, I don't know her name off the top of my
I
head.
just said it, Margaret Qualley. I've been saying it the whole
Yeah,
time.
but I keep forgetting. And then she's up and coming, so I'm kind of curious to see how far they're willing to push the envelope with them in the movie, right? Like I think sometimes
With who? Demi Moore
movies
and Dennis Quaid?
with all three of them in there
I
because
from
it's
what
not
I
like
hear, the buzz is that
it
it
does it
crosses the line. So that's what I've
oh,
heard.
okay. So
So
I'm that actually is more intriguing to me, the fact that they're in it to see how far they're willing to go with them in it. That's kind of my the grab for me.
yeah, and Dennis Quaid being in the movie intrigues me because this seems not like a norm for him to be in a movie like this that deals with this
I don't
type of
think it's the
subject.
norm for Demi Moore either, right?
Yeah, but she's done risque stuff before, like she was in striptease and stuff like that. So
One movie.
but still, like Dennis Quaid, I don't think I've ever seen him do anything that's deals with like, yeah, same with Demi Moore. She doesn't really do horror. I haven't really seen her in a horror movie or anything
Hey,
like that.
that fool
But
was in Dragonheart. That was a pretty big risk.
Dennis Quaid is more like of that. He's what I know him of is like that leading man
He's
in those
an
movies, like
he's
The
an
Rookie or
actor.
whatever. He's a guy. No, not like
He's
that.
a
He's just like,
He's a Robert Redford type of guy where
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
very specific type of roles. He doesn't, this seems out of the norm for him.
He's more in roles that don't deal with that type of subject matter that get really dark or like I say, gross, or grotesque or anything like that, or gratuitous violence, stuff like that. Doesn't seem like he's ever really been in those type of movies. If he has, please let me know in the comments. I haven't seen it, but regardless, he's not known for being in movies like this, that really push the envelope or appear to be pushing the envelope. But he looks great. He looks demented. He looks like you said, that stuff, him eating the shrimp looks pretty gnarly and gross, even though it's like a normal thing, people eating food. But it looks like the movie's gonna try to get under
Just when
your
you
skin.
close up on it,
Yeah.
it's a
Well, I
whole
mean, I
different
don't
level.
I don't mind stuff, but they really seem to amped up the sound effects to make it sound gross. Like I love
Yeah.
watching people eat in movies. Like to me,
The
Stuntman
weirdo.
Mike eating the nachos in Death Proof is one of the greatest moments ever for food in cinema. It looks so good. It
No,
makes
the
you hungry
best
every
one
time.
ever, the best moment ever in cinema for food, okay,
I just told you.
is Jack Black in Saving Silverman.
That's a
If they're
good
all
one.
together,
That's a
that's
good one.
one nacho.
That's a good one, but but like that actually makes you want to eat the food. Death Proof, Stuntman Mike eating the nachos is just it's a chef's kiss in my opinion. It looks so good every time. It gets me hungry. Tarantino's just one of the best at having people eat food in his movies and always making them look delicious, whether it's beer or whatever else, a burger. They just always look really tasty. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I don't know about you if you're still leaning towards just waiting for
I
streaming,
mean,
but
I'm
yeah.
sure it's not gonna come out anywhere near I am. I might probably have to drive 2
hmm
hours just to even get to a movie theater that has it. So
Yeah, you're probably
that
gonna have
is
to wait.
really
Yeah.
that's really gonna be my deciding factor right there.
hmm
So I'm pretty sure I'm not watching it in theaters. And
Will you pay for it to rent when it comes out or no?
probably once it drops, if it drops like on Vudu, and like I'm thinking, because I feel like a lot of the Fandango movies
hmm
that come out to home, there are this type of movie that's not like a big. I don't want to say not big
It's
production,
not
but
a
it does.
mainstream film.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
not.
a
Yeah.
mainstream film, so those are the ones that tend to end up on there. So if it ends up on there, yeah, I'll probably watch it. It really just depends.
Mm,
I don't know. It just depends on what else is going on. But it has my interest.
yeah.
I want to watch it. It just all
It
the factors
definitely
around
it,
how I'm going to
it
watch it.
definitely looks like it's going to be a very polarizing film, and it's going to be divisive, I think. But hopefully, it's entertaining and at least delivers on what it's trying to do. But I'm curious, obviously there's going to be probably some type of commentary on beauty, the beauty standards in society and stuff like that. I'm curious to see
Does
what
it
what it
take place
says.
in like the 80s or something?
I think it takes place more in like near future,
Oh,
not
okay.
80s.
I
Yeah,
just
if I
got
had to
that vibe,
guess.
like when they were dressed and they were walking down. It kind of just seemed,
It's very
oh,
colorful. Yeah, it definitely has very
yeah.
like poppy colors, and the 80s are known for having that type of color aesthetic of just colors, a lot of like primary colors and stuff like that popping. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Let me know. Let us know what you guys think in the comments of this trailer. If this is interesting to you, or if you think you're gonna pass on it, or go watch it in the theater, or just wait for streaming. But yeah, let us know. Don't
And
forget
drop
to
some of your
like.
favorite body
Oh
horror
yeah.
movies in there, just
Oh
because I'm
yeah.
curious
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
see what else is comparable
Yeah.
to. But yeah, like Steven was about to say, don't forget to like the video,
hmm
subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with all of our content. And again, let us know. Are you going to be watching? Do you
Yeah.
like this type of movie? Is this something that immediately shuts you off when it's this type of body horror movie?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be interested to know.
Let us know what your boundaries are. Like how far, like what is shock cinema to you? What is too far? What is not too far? You know? Yeah, start the
For me,
conversation.
when I was younger, I could watch a lot more, and then as I get older, I'm like, I don't got time for this. I don't need
I'm
it. I don't want
I,
it.
I'm still the same. I can still watch the crazy gnarly stuff. But yeah, it does not for everybody. So we'll
I
see.
could watch it. I just prefer not to. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can't watch, or oh my god, I gotta
Yeah,
puke or
yeah.
something. It's like roller coasters, right?
Yeah,
I
same.
can't go
Okay,
on.
I'm not into roller coasters either anymore.
Yeah, I can't go on them anymore. But not that I can't go on them. I know how I'm gonna feel, and I just prefer not to.
Yeah, I just don't
But
have an
I can still
interest.
go
Yeah.
on. I can still go on them, and it's almost
Yeah.
it's the same thing. I just prefer not to watch like shock horror type movies,
I mean, it
and I
really
don't
to
know.
me it really depends. There's some that like I see and I'm just like if the when you're gonna put me through hell, like where I'm just gonna have to be kind of like seeing things that I don't want to normally see, I need to make sure the
You know what?
aesthetics and the visuals are worth it and the filmmaking hopefully is worth it and at least that's intriguing to put
Let
me through the
me let
grinder,
me
you know?
let me rephrase that better. It's not that I don't like to watch shock horrors type of stuff. It's I don't like it when it doesn't flow with the story. If it's just thrown in there for
Yeah,
sheer
yeah, yeah.
shock value,
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't like it. If it
Yeah.
makes sense in the script, in the story, okay, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. I understand it. So,
I agree.
all right.
It has to be integrated properly.
Yeah, so let us know, guys, what you guys think if you're going to be watching it. And once again, hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. We're 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Nathan. This is Steven. Peace.